Hello, stampers and crafters. Oh my goodness, this is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And welcome, welcome, welcome to Humpback Sketches, where I just think outside the box. I enjoy what I am doing, and I love creating cards for you. So welcome to the Stamp Studio today. Thank you for being here. Today's sketch is brought to you by the BTC, which is Beyond the Challenge. So I really like this because it was a great sketch that I could progress it. So if we ever started, or if you have never stamped before, this is a great card to start you with. Now, it is 3 days till the end of the celebration. And a couple of things I wanted to talk to you guys about, and that is this card. And this is going to be our first card. And it pretty much matches exactly with the sketch today. This needs to be a little bit higher, but you know, I just really liked what I was doing. But I wanted to talk to you about this fabulous DSP. And again, if you look on the back, you can tell that it is called Bloom Impressions, and it's designer series paper. It has all the coordinating colors down below, and this is a celebration paper, and this is absolutely fabulous. It has so many, I mean, this is not the first time I've talked about it. It has so many beautiful colors involved. And today we get to use a couple of those on a couple of different cards. So I really wanted to talk about this because I felt that this was really important. So I put together something that I thought. One is that if you are just starting stamping, in order to get the free celebration, and that's what the SAB is, you could get a paper trimmer. Everybody needs a good paper trimmer. And the paper trimmer also has a great scoring tool too. I like and hi Debbie, thanks for being here. I like the white thick cardstock, which it makes it pretty strong at the bottom. And this is $11.50. You need adhesive. And you always have to have, okay, a refill. And that equals out to $14. And then you need a good stamp. And all I did was I used the Memento. I didn't want to see the flowers in black, so I just decided to do pumpkin pie with that. But this does not include any stamp, any different colored paper that we have, any different colored inks we have, any ribbon, any, embellishments. You could use whatever stamps that you have at home. You could use whatever embellishments you want. But this is a great way to get free SAB product. And if you are interested, please let me know. But as we are moving on, I want to just get started because I have 3 cards that I'm going to step up with each card. This first card has the heart-shaped stamps, and we are using the flower, and we are using the thank you. Memento ink for the thank you, and the pumpkin pie for the flowers. Then we have the DSP. Now, with the DSP, a couple of things that I really enjoyed is that I picked different papers that really supported each other. Like, I really like this yellow, but I also wanted to bring out the flowers from the green. This is my all-time favorite designer series paper, but I also wanted, again, to bring out some different colors in the yellow. And this is going to go together really, really fast. Now, if this is my first card I've ever made in my life, you should have seen what I look like when I first started stamping. Oh my God, I was the worst. But you know, I had so much fun. It was hard getting me away from creating cards. And I try to send lots of cards to lots of people because I believe that it's really important. And I think people love receiving handmade cards. So what I'm going to start off doing is bringing out my piercing pad. Again, all dimensions are on my website. I am just going to put this in the middle, grab my Memento ink, and then I'm going to stamp this towards the top. Now, one thing I do want to talk about, which is a very important thing, two things that have to do with these stamps. One, you want to make sure that you stamp straight down and come straight up. If you rock it all, black can get on different parts of these blocks. And once they get on the blocks of these and you rock, you get... Oh, I have a blotch. I'll show you that blotch when I get done. You'll have a great big blotch that happens when you rock. This is just my chamois I'm cleaning from. I've had this chamois ever since we started. I probably need to get myself a new one. And then we're going to add the flowers. I'm going to let this just sit for a little bit before I put everything else together. Now, black is the one I always have the problem with. I think that there's a stamp color that most everybody gets their ink involved in. Black is usually mine. And I come out with so many black fingers. And it's usually always the dark ink. Now, when I did this, I want to make sure that my flowers go in a little V at the bottom. And again, you can see I don't have any ink on my block. And even though my block needs to be washed, there is our nice little saying that we have on the front. Now, as a beginning stamper, I did not put any saying or anything on the inside because I really felt that I didn't want to wreck my cards. But remember, if you want to make sure that you stamp before you put anything else down. So if I was to make a mistake on this, all I do is turn over my paper. And then I would restamp the card. This is really important that you do. If you make a mistake on your front page, then you can turn it over, or if it's small enough that you can cover it with designer series paper, do that too. All right. So now I want to bring in my silicone pad and my DSP. Now, you have to remember that you are going to put this so this little piece is over on your right side. In order to do that, then you have to glue or adhere this on the left side. So it's almost like mirroring. And all I'm going to do is put a piece of adhesive right down the side. Then I want to line this up, so I'm trying to make sure that I get this lined up all the way down. Now, I did mine with glue because I am not known for my straight lines. But I'm just going to put this down and try to put this on top and try to get it in what I classify as a straight line. This is a little bit bigger on the side, but you know, I am okay with that. And all I try to do is just figure this out and how it's going to fit on my card. So now all we're going to do, nice and easy little runs from the adhesive. Now, you know, I do okay with just the Stampin' Seal. It's a Stampin' Seal Plus I have issues with. Oh my God. I do not know what my problem is with that. But it tears my paper every single time, no matter how I try it. Now I'm trying to get this so it's about the same distance from the top to the bottom. Then I'm going to adhere this. I'm having nothing popped because I'm thinking that if you are a beginning stamper, you're usually not going to get any of the dimensionals, any of the glue dots, any of that, unless you have some of these at home. So I'm trying to just stay true to being a beginning stamper. And I have to tell you, I stamped as much as I could. And I really, really, really enjoyed it. There we go. And I did it on the wrong side. Wouldn't you know? But we're going to stay with green on this one because I can't even follow my own directions. And then I have the Jeweled Basic Rhinestones. These, again, are old. Trying to get rid of them so I can buy more of the newer ones. And I am looking for my, take my pick tool. So with these, I am just going with the medium ones. And I may have to go with the pointy part. So I'm just putting this out towards the side. And this one's going to go down. And the second one is just going to go right below it. So there's our first card. And if you like the orange better, then please make sure that you don't mess up like I just did. Okay, I like this a lot. Now, we're going to step this up for our next card. When we step it up, all I think of is that you get the opportunity to buy more things and you get a little bit more comfortable at what you're going to create. So what I am doing with my second is that I'm bringing in the Frames and Flowers Specialty DSP. Now this comes with a couple of sheets of Designer Series paper. They are right here, and I love all these different colors. They're beautiful colors, and they're ones that I don't always expect. And then you have front and back, and I think it just comes with 2 or 3 sheets. Then on the back part, it has this fabulous things that you can use for adding to cards. I used this little one right here, and it was, I think it was 5 inches. No, it was 4 inches by 5 1/4. And what I came up with is something that looks like this. And I just cut this piece in half, and then I just used it on the side. So instead of having another little piece, I just decided that now I could probably, I really enjoy my stamping, and so now I want to add the embossing machine. So I got the cut and emboss machine, and so now I am willing to add more to it. And I also have dies that I can add to. Ribbon, and then I added some different type of embellishments. Now this is on the retirement list. I used this little die, as this right here, and it's made out of Whisper White. So this is Whisper White, Lost Lagoon, and this is our Frames and Flower specialty paper. So I got that. Now with the specialty paper, there comes a whole bunch of these fabulous, I want to say they're kind of stickers, but you have to do your own thing to it. So you can either put them on with dimensionals, glue them on, take your glue dots and put them on. But there's a whole bunch of different types of these that you can do and work with. And I added a little bit of both while I was doing this. So I really, really, really enjoyed these little stickers without the glue in the back. On the inside, which I will show you in a minute, is done by the Poised Peony, and it's just best birthday wishes. Because I just thought this was too pretty to put a saying on the front. And then with our new plaster painted 3D embossing folder, that's what I used for this as far as the background goes. All right, then I am going to change the ribbon and use the Petal Pink Scalloped ribbon. On this one, I use the Frayed Grosgrain ribbon, and that is done in white. You can use whatever one you want. I put them both on the webpage or on my blog. All right, so let's get ourselves ready to start creating. So again, all we're going to do is, let's take a step back. Thanks, Debbie, for being here again and again. I really appreciate that. I just put birthday wishes, and then I glued this down, and then I added glue dots. Now, this is what happens. I got finger happy on my Lost Lagoon and spread it all over the place. So, what can you say? I'm glad that that's just my card for myself. All right, so this one's just scored in half. We're going to take our embossed, and you can either decide whether you want it embossed or debossed. I think it's up to you. I am going to go with the debossed side. Glue. We're going to add our glue. Debbie, tell me what you think about these cards. Do you think that they're stepped up? Do you like what we're doing? If you do, give me a shout out. I really appreciate you being here. We're going to put this down. I thought I'd already put my saying on the inside. So here we go. I like to just give this a little bit of a press down. No, it does not ruin the embossing. So you can see the debossed part in here. Now, because we are adding designer series paper to the debossed, again, I always glue this because some of these little holes in here, glue can, be lost in. And what happens when you just put tape, it doesn't go all the way down inside some of these little gullies. And so it's better if you just go ahead and add some of the glue. And then again, trying to get it even on both sides. There we go. So that is the first part of our card. Then I already have my dimensions on both of these. And this is just opposite of this. I just picked out something new. I like how this works. Now, if you have old dimensionals like I do, you just press down and give it a crease right in the middle. And then that should pop the side up enough that you can release this. And then I have my tape on some of these, but I wanted to get this going because our next card will take just a little bit of time. And I'm just going to put that down and give them a nice little crease in the middle of all these. Before we do that, I'm going to pause. Move this out of the way, but I am going to pause on this one. Sometimes I just get so far ahead of myself that it's pretty unbelievable. All right, so now what we're going to do is that we are going to put the ribbon through this small little hole. I like these fabulous gum. I don't know if they're floss. Some people call them floss. I've had some friends use them as a tongue cleaner. It's up to you. They're great though for crafting. I'm gonna get out my scissors. Just give this a cut. And all I'm going to do is bring in this, wrap this around. And all I'm going to do is send it. Take this and I'm going to put it right through the hole. And then I'm going to just pull it all the way through. And of course, it doesn't work that way. Guess we have to do one at a time. The other one worked well. So I don't know why this is not, but anyway. We will just do it, and people that have nails, this is great to do. You can, got to get this down a little bit closer towards the bottom. You can just put a nice little cut in it and pull it through. I just find this the easiest way to pull this through. And then I'm just going to make sure that it's like a little bit of a bow. I have two ends on one side and a little pocket on the other. And we're just going to push this through. And then we're just going to pull this down. So there we are. And then I will take my scissors and just give this a cut. This has been the easiest way I find to pull ribbon through little holes. Whenever I need to do something, I just get out my little either tongue cleaner or floss. And remember, these little things just can go any place. I found one in Arizona probably about 3 months after I did a card with it. So somehow I put it someplace. All right, so there is my top. If this is a little bit too long, feel free just to cut it up. Going to add my flowers right here. So this is the front of our card. Then I'm going to come back over here and bring in all my little stickers. And I really like this sticker. But we can let's go with something like this. We'll do that. And I have to run back. I do not know how I forgot this embellishment. And this is the Iridescent Pearl Basic Jewels, and that's what I'm going to use on this. This, I'm just going to give it a dot, and a dot, and a dot. And remember, a dot is a lot with designers, or with this ink, or with this glue. Throw that right here. Turn these over. And here is my, this is what I like to do. When I put tape on this, then it is one that comes right off on the Scotch tape. And yes, didn't want to come off very easily. So I'll just take that and throw that away really quick. Here's one of my flowers. I'm just going to add right here. Then as you can see, I have two of these that the backing has come off of. So I'm just going to take this, put it on the back of this one, and stick it right on here. So this is the way the inside looks. Now we need to have a couple of these pearls on here. I love these pearls. They just make everything shine and be happy. So there's one. We may have to put more on. Again, I like to work with things in odd numbers. So the other card was really nice because it had, where did that little one go? It had only 3 flowers on it. This one has more. So we will just add a few more. And we have one more. And let's put it on this one. There we go. And then, I don't know if you can see, but I added some sparkle on here. Let's try to get it right in the camera. And I brought out my Winkestella. And, oh, this one's the cold one. This one's clear. And all I did was just color around the flowers. Just gave them a little bit of a highlight. I did not do the leaves. And I don't know, it's just really, really subtle. And then I also did it on the inside. And that is my card. And that's my Stepped Up card number 2. Really, really, really like this. So here is card number 1, card number 2. Our last one is going to take just a little bit longer. I got this from my good friend Kevin Thiemann and Arthesen, and I really like what he did. I think that it is a beautiful card with lots and lots and lots of detail. Now, I learned this as far as his technique goes, but I brought everything to what I really enjoyed. I love this. I think it is beautiful. And there's this. Remember I told you the stamp? Oops, got a little bit in the corner. This is just done stamped off in Blackberry Bliss. This is Blackberry Bliss. The card base is Blackberry Bliss. This is Shy Shamrock. This is the designer, the Bloom impression. You'll end up cutting 2 of these, and this comes from the Nested Essentials. Designer Series paper. Designer Series paper. This is from the Ephemera set. And then we have our beautiful iridescent ribbon. And let me show you everything. The best wishes came from With You in My Mind. Say Something. Okay, the ephemera. Say Something. And again, these are all stickers that you can pick out whatever you want. And it's just really nice. I think that it's important to have these. So if you just can't find what you really want, then, or this one, I had lots of different sayings, but they all took up too much space. I needed something that was little. So I just looked in here, and Make a Wish I thought was awesome. And then this is made from Close to My Heart. I love the way that they package everything. It has its dies. It has its stamps. This is Secret Garden, Close to My Heart. And I got both of these. There is some different type of Close to My Heart scrapbook stuff on the website of Stampin' Up. Please make sure that you look that up. I also have some on my blog, so you can check that out too. All right, so I did use this little stamp. I stamped in the bigger one. I die cut this one out, and then on the back page, all I did was stamped off. This is our Nested Essentials, and I'm going to use those today so you get a good idea on what I did. And then this is the Iridescent Strip Trim. I love this. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, again, I use everything from outside in. So I used biggest to number 3. All right. So this is, you'll cut this out with the white. You'll cut this one out too with the Blackberry Bliss. You'll stamp and cut this out with the flower die. Then you'll stamp and cut this and die cut this out with the flower. All right, so that's what I did with everything. The only one that I am going to use today will just be the second one. Everything else is cut, but I wanted to just show you what I used. All right. So, and I also did colored pencils with both the assortment number 1 and assortment number 2. And then, I don't know if you can see it shine. Yeah, you can. Then I used, this is Coastal Cabana. This is Gorgeous Grape. And this right down the center is Espresso. What is it? Something Espresso. Early Espresso. And then I just put the Stella on all of it. Okay, and that is the Wink of Stella on all of it. And the card below, and tied the bow below. All right, so this is the harder one for us to do. So this is 5.5 by 11. You can't see, but it's scored at 4 1/4, 5.5, 6 3/4. Again, 4 1/4, 5.5, and 6 3/4. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to just score. And all I'm going to do is nice and easy make these score marks so they are bendable, workable, so they can lay flat. Because the more you're able to fold this, then the better it's going to be able, the better it's going to be able to work, you're going to be able to work with it. All right, so now we're going to put this out, and then we are going to, this is going to be a valley fold, mountain fold, valley fold. And it's going to go together like a little book. All right. So that's what we're going to go for. So now we have everything that we need. And I have stamped it all. And I'm just going to start putting some things together so then it goes together quickly. Because we have some die cutting we need to do. So I'm just going to put the layer together for the insert, put that towards the side. I have two of our, oh, I don't know what these are. I don't know what the name of these are. If you know the name, Deb, let me know. Okay, Debbie, really appreciate it. Then we have both of our DSP. This is the back side of the purple, and I just wanted something that really showed off this Blackberry Bliss flower. This is going to be the, I'm going to wait on that. This is going to be the insert. Here we have our little flower we were color, and then I have, yay, it's going to be a good day. That's what I got. Hardest part will be cutting through 3 layers of cardstock and DSP. Oh, now I gotta bring out my silicone pad. So I want the purple and the petunia pop on the outside. And it also reminds me a little bit of having some of the fresh freesia. There we go. So this is going to go on the outside. So this is the front of our card. We're going to open it up, and we're going to put this flowered DSP on the inside. If you can't get your tape started, silicone pad is great. Here we go. We're going to add that on. So this is our front page and the back page, okay, of the card. So now we're going to move everything out of our way because we are going to bring in our big shot. Well, our Stampin' Cut and Emboss. We're going to stretch the card all the way out. We're going to bring in our little die, nested dies. And I'm just going to find a place that I just want it to be right in the middle. And then I am going to add a Post-it to it, because we're going to have to run this through more than once. And of course, here we go. So we're going to have to run it back and forth a few times. And it's going to make a lot of noise. Sorry, my hand's in the way. Going to click, and then we're going to go back one more time. Now, I put this on the outside, and I'm hoping that I got it lined up with my crease line, because otherwise it will make a mark. Let me see. It has not cut all the way through. Okay, I am also going to go get one more plate. Because I noticed that I did this last time too. So we have our base plate, plate number 1. Let me turn it the other way. And then we have 2. Let's move that all out of the way. And then we have our plates. I think these are about like 3. Sorry, I keep running everything into the... Now, what happens is that this is not cut around the outside. So you can see I have some cuts, but it doesn't pop all the way out. So I could tear it. So I'm trying a different plate to see if I can get this to cut just a little bit easier. Come on, baby. And I'm lining it up again with the crease mark, or my score mark. And I'm hoping that this will give it just a little more of pressure so it can cut all the way through. Because last time I spent most of my time cutting it all. Yes, do you see how it just pops right out? Whoop, whoop. I was hoping that I could do that. Okay, so now we're going to take this off really easily, slowly. Even though this has some of the sticky off it, it can still tear your DSP, and I don't want it to. Oh my goodness. Yes! Last time I had to cut all the way through everything. Oh my God. I'm so glad I thought of that at the last moment. So this can be something that you can use for another project. Okay, let me see. So I want to get this placed right. So now what we're going to go in and do is that we are going to adhere these down to the center. And everything else is going to go really easily as we do this. There you go. There's one. Oh, come on, baby. My tape is not working with me today. And here's the second one. And then I'm going to take my layer and adhere it down on the back page for the insert. All right, so then we are going to tip this over so we can glue the fold together. So we're just going to put a couple of pieces, well, a couple of runs of adhesive down. and glue it together. So this is what the first part looks like. So then it's almost like a book that has a flap on the inside. Okay, so now we have the Blackberry Bliss that's going to go in the center. And we want to make sure that it stays in the center. And you're going to want to check so everything looks fine on the outside and on the inside. And it will move. And then you're going to want to, let me take a look at this real quick. I'm just looking to make sure there's a right side and a wrong side of this die. And I want it to make sure that I'm on the right side of the die, or the wrong side. All right, so this right here, all I'm going to do is put a pencil mark right there. Can you see my pencil mark? That's going to let me know that I can adhere, and I need to line this pencil mark up with the inside of the fold. So again, all I'm using is my adhesive. And I'm going to line this up again. And then this will be covered because this will go on the back side. Now this is the wrong side that I was talking about, and this is the right side. These are a little bit more pronounced. So that's what you want showing. So now all I'm going to do is adhere this together. Now, if you want this to be a little more stable, please use tear and tape, liquid glue. You know, I think that that's probably the best thing to use. I'm just going with this. All right, so my first thing I'm going to do is that I already have a foam adhesive sheet on the back of this. So I'm just going to add it on the back. So there we go. I'm going to turn this over and close it like a book right now, because I want to be able to put this right in the middle. Let me bring this over again. And again, I'm just going to make sure that it's as even as I can get it. There we go. So we're getting there. Can you see it happening? Thank you, Kevin. Boom. Yes. How exciting is something like that going to be? Oh my God, I just think this is adorable. Adorable. All right, so we're bringing back in our colored pencils. So when I first got the colored pencils, there really isn't a Blackberry Bliss in here. So I just went with the Gorgeous Grape. And then I had Coastal Cabana because it was one of the colors that was in this. And we don't have a little Shy Shamrock. And then Early Espresso. So right now, I went down really, really lightly in my pencil. And I went outside the lines. I didn't want to go outside the lines. So you can at least see that this is just a different color. Then on my leaf, I just went around in circles. I had an art teacher when I was in high school that said circles are the best thing because you always can have some white. And it's important that you have white in your art. So I did this, and then I went back around and I pressed hard and I made some outlines. And I'm going to go around the outside. So there's one leaf. Here's another leaf. And all I'm doing is outlining the lines that are already on the leaf itself. There you go. So now I have that. And then the last one is going to be my flower. And I just had everything be purple. If these are little leaves that surround the flower, I just let it be okay. And you can see the white space that I have, so it's done in light color. And then again, my circles to come towards the outside. And because these are watercolor pencils, they will run once I put the Winkostella on it. And I think it just gives it a beautiful look. And all I'm doing right now is outlining the flower, some of the lines in between. So it's kind of giving it some color right now. And I really like this. For those of you who don't know, I'm a purple girl. I have gotten to pick out the purple color when I was a youngster, and I absolutely love it. All of my favorite colors are hues of purple. I'm a royal purple with a lavender. Okay, so here we go. Now, watch what happens when I add my Winkostella. It just gives it color. I want you to see. Do you see that? Kind of puts everything together. I'll show you once I am done. And I rub the color off on my hand. Same with the brown. And now we have the purple. And you will be able to see the purple. I'll leave it open. This is the difference. The middle is what I've done the Winkostella, and the outside is just done with the pencils. So this is what it looks like once it's done. And you really can't see a lot of the color, but it shines once I am looking at it. It has a nice little shine to it. All right, so now we are going to come in and get our dimensionals. So here are my dimensionals. As you can see, do you see how they've all picked up against the tape? So now I don't have to go on vacation and find my dimensionals. This was in Romania. I found dimensional in Romania. I could not believe it. And then I thought I already had one, but I will add another one. Down below, I don't know if you can see it very well. This is where the small dimensionals stop, and you have about 1/4 of an inch here. You're just going to cut this And I just cut it straight off. And now it's going to fit right down at the bottom of my flower. There we go. And then I am just going to put it on the inside. I want it to kind of be the star of the inside. Then let's get these, and we're going to add our little I'm just going to grab my scissors. Oops. Oh, come on. Sticking to everything. And put that down. And then look at how beautiful that is. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just small enough. Yay, it's your birthday! There we go, so we got that. And now we have to get our bow. Oh, golly. My bow and my purple. I thought I had my purple with me. Oh, boy. You know, you wonder, where can you lose thank you? And I found all of my rhinestones. Golly. And if you saw my place, you would know that it is just a mess. So here we go. We're going to add a light one right here in the middle. Then we're going to add a dark one down below. And we're going to add the berry burst over on the other side. So this is what the card looks like. And then we have one last thing to do, and that is to add the ribbon. Thank goodness the ribbon was still here. And I'm leaving it on the roll. And all I'm doing is making a loop, go over my thumb, through the opening, and then I got a bow. And then you just go back and forth to get it the way you want it. And I want something just a little bit longer. Because I'm going to put it down here, but I also wanted it looking like it's on the flower too. And then I'll get out my glue dot. Glue dot the back. And there we go. we're done. Don't you love it? Debbie, what do you think of it? Leave me a note. Let me know what you think. I thought that this was just, oof, such a purple girl I am. So here I am. You open it, down, over, and now it looks like I have a little piece right here of the long dimensional. So I'm going to do my best doctor surgery on it. There we go. And let's try that again. Open, so then we can flip the card. And we have a birthday card. Oh my God. I love this. Absolutely love this. So these are my stepped up cards. And there they are. So I hope you enjoyed this. And Debbie, leave me a message. And anybody else who's watching that I can't see right now because my computer had to upload, let me know what you guys think. And thank you so very, very, very much for being here with me. Take care, you guys. Again, remember, my name is Kevon. I'm from www.ktstamps.com, and I love creating cards for you. Thank you again for stopping by. Debbie, have a great weekend. Bye-bye, everyone.